just going live.
Let's do it.
We're just going live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Mocktails from the Cantina, 6.5. 6.5. It is June 28th. Oh, it's almost 11:38.
3 minutes.
We should have went live at 11:38. But hey, we just went to the Cubs-Brewers game, and I could not believe what I saw in that eighth inning. What did we see, Tyler Page?
We saw a lot, but we saw 10 runs.
10 runs.
10 runs. That's a solid.
10 runs in the eighth inning.
Which was just no one saw that coming, man.
No, it was a tied game.
Tied game, 4-4, going into the eighth.
And we were all sitting there thinking, hey, it's going to be extra innings. And all of a sudden, the Brewers just ignited.
Just crazy, man. Just crazy. I mean, home run after home run and small ball after small ball. But it was small ball. If you count a small ball hitting the wall.
But, I've been to 260 baseball games, and I have never sat there in the eighth inning during a tied game.
Yeah.
I just watched my team get lit up.
As a Sox fan, I have watched that happen.
Not often, no.
Not insanely often, but it has happened to me. And, the Sox, after losing for so many years, and the Cubs being dominant, I was just happy to see, a lot of Cubs fans get really sad tonight. That was really good for me.
But again, our friend Rich and John just left us. Rich said it best. He goes, you know what? I'm not, and this is what I said when I saw the Rays lose against the White Sox.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm not sad because my team lost. I'm happy because you guys see your team win. So it's, I think that's the give and take of baseball, right? It's, but you have to be, like if I was with my wife and daughter tonight and not you guys, and they were there to root on the Cubs,
I'd be pissed.
They would have been pissed. But to be here with you guys, I know you and John, Brewers fans, it's like, especially John, because he's from here, he's born and raised a Brewers fan.
Oh, yeah.
I got to tell you, Brewers are in first place right now in the NL Central. Cubs are right behind them. I don't think anybody picked the Brewers.
Oh, no, not in a million years.
To be where they're at right now.
No.
If
anything, it was Cards.
Oh, well, the Cardinals are the Yankees in the NL Central.
But, yeah, Cards were going to be good this year. That's what everyone's saying. They got – the guy from the Rockies,
Yeah, Arenado, yes. Arenado, the third baseman, yes.
It was cards or nothing. And now you got Brewers coming up. So I'm just happy for the Brewers fans, man.
You know what? I want to see if the Cubs don't do it. Now, I did say that I would sell my soul to see a Cubs-Rays World Series. And I know you would probably sell your soul to see a Rays White Sox post-game.
Yeah.
Not a post-game, postseason.
Yeah,
sorry.
Postseason.
I've had a couple drinks tonight.
But I would also sell my soul to see a Cubs Sox postseason. I think a lot of people would do that. Everyone says Chicago would be on fire.
But if it was a Cubs Sox postseason,
it would only happen in the World Series.
Yes, that would be a World Series.
Yeah.
Would you sell your soul for that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'd go to hell in a minute.
Go to hell in a minute to see the Cubs and the Sox in a World Series. You know what? The city would implode.
It would.
The city would implode for that.
There'd be a lot of shootings. You think there's a lot of shootings now? Just wait.
Yeah, I feel like the earth would be removed from its axis.
Yeah.
If that's the right terminology I want to use, But I got to tell you, okay, so nobody picked the Brewers to be where they're at right now. And they truly are, anytime the Brewers are where they're at the top of the pack in the NL Central, they're always the underdogs.
Yeah.
They got Avisail Garcia.
Yeah.
How do you say his first name?
Avisail.
Yeah.
You said it right.
Avisail Garcia. They got Willie Adames. From the Rays. So they got the White Sox, former White Sox,
Yeah.
former Rays, and they're just Craig Counsell is from Wisconsin. He was a player with the Brewers. He's managing the Brewers, and he's doing a good job.
He's doing a great job.
He's doing a good job, you know?
Yeah.
So as a baseball fan, again, first and foremost, baseball fan, I want to see if the Cubs don't do the NL Central, if they don't win the NL Central, I would rather see the Brewers than anybody else.
Yeah.
Hands down, hands down. So right now, though, it's June, it's early.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the team you think, we talked about this when we were leaving the game tonight. Can you really pick a team that's going to win it all right now in June?
Win it all. Well, I will give the Rays a lot of props. They are putting up a huge fight, especially considering, the offseason and everyone they lost. But for me, Yankees are always they're contenders for sure.
Oh, the Yankees?
Yankees, Dodgers. Dodgers are doing really well.
I think the Reds, and I hate the Red Sox, but I think the Red Sox have a better chance of being a contender than the Yankees.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
maybe. But I would say probably Dodgers. Dodgers, Padres. Those. Everyone says it's the top two. I really agree with that.
The Padres. Okay,
Padres bought their fucking team though. So sorry for my French, everyone.
It's Machtails. You could swear on Machtails from the Cantina. We dropped the F-bomb on a lot of episodes. But the Padres, as a baseball fan, I would love to see them go the distance.
Oh yeah,
because they are long overdue. I mean, we're talking.
Hasn't happened in a long time, man.
No,
not even postseason.
Tony Gwynn was probably the last Padre in the postseason, man. That was a long time ago. I don't know. The Padres did buy their team, but okay, so when you buy your team and you don't make it, that's disappointing, right?
Oh, yeah. Just ask Yankees fans.
As the Yankees fans, yes. Now,
why didn't we win 50?
Exactly. Well, the Yankees. If there's any team that buys their season year in and year out, it's the Yankees, right? But going back to the Cubs, I feel like if the Cubs don't do it this year, their window is shut. I remember when I went to the World Series, Game 7 of the World Series, my wife goes, well, what happens if the Cubs lose? And I told her, I said, well, at least we get to see the Indians win.
Yeah.
Because they have the second longest drought.
Yeah.
But as you know, and as everybody else knows, the window closed for the Indians. Mm. The window truly did close for the Indians. It really did.
Yeah. And it's evident now.
It's evident now, yes. Yeah. Now, I believe after this year, the window's going to close for the Cubs.
I think it's already closed, personally. But
are you saying that as a Sox fan?
As a Sox fan, yeah, I guess it's already closed. But I don't know. As a normal baseball fan, that window is gone. You have the Cards and the Brewers right now, where the Brewers just laid down a 14-4 game.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
They're done. They're done, man.
But I still feel like there's a lot. Like Rizzo's on the team, Bryant's on the team. I know Baez leads the NL, maybe MLB in errors as a shortstop.
I will always point that out.
I mean, I'm even pointing that out. Yeah. But I feel like, these guys are free agents after this year. And that is like the last.
Oh, yeah.
The last of the World Series team.
Absolutely.
I mean, Schwarber's gone. Zobrist is gone. John Lester's gone. There's so many people that are not part of the picture anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like this is truly the last year. And again, you got to give props to the Giants.
Oh,
the Giants were like Giants to me were the Chicago Bulls of baseball. They won every other year. They didn't win 6
They were
championships.
pretty close, though, man. They were good. They were good for a long time.
They were good for a long time. And eventually, well, you know what? I was going to say eventually that would have closed, but they're in first place right now.
I'm just going to say if you came into the 2021 season expecting the Cubs to win, I think you're a little out of your mind because the Ricketts have just been selling everyone and everything.
Everyone and everything, yes. Yeah, including their souls.
Yeah. Like, hey, we got a sidewalk. It's right there outside the park. You want it for $10?
No, they're not selling that for $10. They're selling that for like $10 million.
Yeah, it's probably $10 million.
Well, yeah. I mean, every piece of property in Wrigleyville right now is very, very expensive. But you know what? I did not. When this baseball season started, the first thing that came to mind was I'm excited that COVID did not interrupt this season.
Yeah.
And that everything started on time, even though it weren't at full capacity until now.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, I was just happy to see baseball start in April.
Yeah.
Because last year we didn't see baseball start in April.
No.
I
had season opener tickets.
And it was weird. Wasn't it weird last time?
Yeah.
I mean, last year was weird enough, but baseball started in July.
Yeah. And it was just sort of like, okay. And all the pitchers were like, oh, we didn't get a real sort of spring training because it takes them so long,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, 2020 was an anomaly, but whoever won,
Well, yeah.
I won't discount the Dodgers,
Absolutely not. No.
Legitimate World Series win.
Yes. No, and I don't discount any teams that were in the postseason of last year, even though it was very, very short.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like the teams that were in the postseason last year, because of the game is very mental.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have COVID happening, you have all the civil rights happening, and there's a lot of mental shit going on in 2020.
Absolutely.
And people are still playing the game. Baseball eventually resumed. And I feel like all the teams that were there deserved it. I would definitely not discount anybody that did anything last year.
No.
And I feel like the fans feel that same way,
Mm-hmm.
because we wanted baseball so much, and we kind of went through our own hell last year.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I going back to 2021, I did not think the Cubs were going to win it all. Now you said something today. Okay, so so you said something today about I went to the Rays White Sox with you.
Yeah.
And you told me that you did not see me this intense at those games.
No, you were very subdued. I felt like you were more like, if they win, if the Sox win, it's my buddy's team, whatever, at least he's having a good time. But this time, you knew that I was just rooting for the Brewers because it was against the Sox, against the Cubs.
Against the Cubs, yes.
And you made that clear, I think. I think you were like, yeah, fuck the Brewers. I'm here to win.
Well, I wouldn't say fuck the Brewers. I would never say fuck the Brewers.
It was Cubs Brewers versus Rays Brewers. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
it was Cubs Brewers versus against Rays Sox. Yes.
Yeah.
But what's funny too?
Well, if the Rays were playing the Brewers, how would you have felt? Would you have felt as intense as you did tonight?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's interesting.
Because when the Rays play the Brewers, it is a how do you say? It's a novelty.
Yeah.
Because they play every
every.
God, the last time I
Blue Moon,
Yeah, Blue Moon. Amen to that. Last time I saw the Brewers play the Rays, last time the Rays were here was 2011.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. And I'm going to talk about a lot of the behind the scenes memories that I have from Miller Park. On Machtails From The Cantina podcast episode, because I have so many great memories from this park. This was my 9th game in Miller Park.
Yeah, it's only my 3rd, but it's a beautiful park, man. Even today, I fell more in love with this park.
Yes. Well, there's something about it, too. When you're with your friends, no matter who they're rooting for, it's a good feeling, right? Mm-hmm. And I think COVID, too, has a little bit to do with that, because after we weren't able to do this for so long, you don't want to take it for granted.
Yeah.
You don't want to take it for granted. And one thing we don't want to take for granted is the food that you ordered about a half an hour ago.
I hope it's an half an hour ago.
You know, it's coming in a half an hour.
We are, I don't know. We should probably get off of here before we make a fool of ourselves.
Yeah, well, yeah. We should we should end it. But you know what? The funny thing is that this is episode 6.5, Mocktails from the Cantina live. And I figured, you know what? Let's go back to the hotel room and do a wrap-up show.
Yeah.
You know? So you guys that watch Star Wars on this show, you know, has there been any Star Wars talk in the last 15 minutes?
15 minutes, no.
No.
In the game, we did talk about the Slave One controversy.
Yeah, Slave One controversy. Now, how do you feel about that? I know you're not big on the national anthem, and you're more of a Zach De La Rocca from Rage Against the Machine. You know,
100%, but
power to the people.
I know there's a couple of people out there at least, but I just wish if you're gonna change the name of the ship, just blow up Slave One.
Blow up Slave One, yes.
And then give me something else, and then call it, you know, Boba Fett Starship, whatever.
Well,
but don't just override and say this doesn't exist anymore. There's still that history there.
Yes,
the history is going to be there no matter what. So you might as well write it into history. I don't know.
By blowing it up.
Yeah, blow it up.
You know, like tonight when we went to the Brewers shop, there were more action figures in there.
Yes.
Than there was at Target.
Yeah. There are more Christian Yelich action figures in that place than there were in Target or Walmart or any place.
Yes. And it's like a missed opportunity.
It's weird.
I feel like, going back to the Slave One thing, I feel like if they destroyed Slave One and they got him a new ship, doesn't that mean a new product that they can sell and push?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, who wants a Slave One with a different name?
Yeah.
That it, you know.
It's like, oh, you got the Slave One Lego from 10 years ago. That's super collectible. Now you can get the, I don't know, the Boba Fett Starship 2.
Boba Fett Starship 2. I mean, even Jango Fett's ship was called Slave One.
Yeah, it was the same ship. It was the same ship.
It was the same ship. So, I mean, if you're, and I understand, you know, we live in this world where everything is politically correct. And I understand that if you don't do what everybody else is doing to make everything politically correct, you're against the norm. And I don't necessarily think that would be a good thing for Hasbro, but I think they could have had, everybody thinks whatever Hasbro is doing now, I think is so wrong, just in general. I mean, how does a pre-order sell out?
Yeah.
You know, there's empty pegs on the shelves. There are fans willing to spend money on merchandise.
Yeah.
And Hasbro has, you know what, I'm wondering, does Hasbro even have the license anymore?
You know? They have the license, they just don't treat themselves like they have the license.
But aren't they losing money?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they are. They seem to not care, honestly.
But for the longest time, I mean, when Hasbro released the orange cardback beefcake figures in 1995, they always seemed like they were always pushing out product from that point on until 2 years ago or a year ago.
It's got to be a few more than that.
You think so?
I think probably 5 years ago. Maybe when Force Awakens came out, they really started becoming selective.
When Force Awakens came out.
At least with their 3 3/4 inch. Well, I mean, there was a good 3 3/4 inch line for Force Awakens. Don't get me wrong. But when you get into Last Jedi territory, that's when 3 3/4 inch really started to take a turn.
We're obsolete.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so going back, Hasbro, right? Comparing their release of The Force Awakens to Episode 1. No, I know you were a young.
I was a youngin', but I was in Toys R Us.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit was everywhere.
Yeah,
it was I mean, I feel like too with Toys R Us closing, I feel like Target and Walmart have, not Walmart, Target. Like you go into Target, you feel like it's a small Toys R Us, except for the Hasbro section.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like they got Frozen, they got Bluey toys, they got Peppa Pig, they got everything.
I went there this weekend. They had like freaking 18 Space Jam figures. And I was like, well, we got all these Space Jam figures, but where is the Star Wars figures?
Yeah.
It's Space Jam 2. The movie hasn't even come out yet. And it's going to be a B movie, really.
It's
LeBron.
It's LeBron. It's not MJ. It's not a reboot. Well, is it a reboot?
It's a I don't know if it's a sequel. It's a sequel.
It's a sequel. Okay. Yeah. It's crazy to think that Space Jam with LeBron is a sequel because I remember when they came out with Space Jam, starring Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That was like Roger Rabbit on steroids.
And for you, sure. For me, it was just like, hey, it's just a cool movie with the Looney Tunes guys. And I was like, oh, this is really
Who's this
cool.
basketball player?
Yeah. I mean, I knew who Michael Jordan was.
Sure.
But it was just, we were different. I don't know. It was a different vibe, unless maybe the kids in Cleveland or something right now get that kind of vibe. But
yeah, right. Well, wait a minute. LeBron, he's not with Cleveland right now, is he?
No, but LeBron is always going to be the Cleveland guy.
Okay.
In my mind,
Yeah.
That basketball mind. LeBron brought the championships to Cleveland. I guess he brought it to Miami too, but really,
yeah, we could go down a long road talking about LeBron.
We're at 22 minutes right now. We've already talked about one loss tonight.
Talking about when you talk about LeBron versus MJ, that's definitely a heavy loss. But so they got 18 figures for Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
And they got what? They got 3 Black Series figures
on the peg. Yeah, there was Queel, and there was Grief.
And these are not the retro ones. These are the Black Series.
These are the Black Series figures. It wasn't 3 3/4. It was 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty disheartening. I mean, did I want to buy I wanted to buy, the Space Jam figures, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's an inclination there, but
now you wanted to buy them because you were feeling nostalgic about Space Jam 1?
Yeah. But I haven't seen Space Jam 2, so I didn't pull the trigger.
No, because it's not even out yet.
Yeah, sure.
It's not even out. And that's the thing, right? Star Wars is out. And it's been out. And there's so many action figures that they could have released on the shelves. I got to remember when... Okay, so going back to the release of Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 3, you could see the figures diminishing. Is that food coming?
This food is coming, guys. This
food is coming.
It's going to be here in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes. Look at that, in 10 minutes. So the action figures from Episode 1, Episode 3, definitely diminished in quantity.
Yeah.
Not quality.
Yeah.
But they were still there.
Yeah, quality, I think, probably even went up a little bit, maybe. But quantity definitely went down.
The quality might have went up a little bit, but I think the quality was so good when Episode 1 was released that I don't necessarily think they necessarily improved the quality. But the quality was the same for years after Rots came out.
Well, the Episode 2 figs, some of those are garbage.
The Episode 2 figs?
Yeah. In my opinion, yeah.
So you're saying the quality went down?
Yeah, I think from Ep 1 to Ep 2 it went down, and then from Ep 2 to Ep 3 it went up. Ep 2 was, in my opinion, that was bottom of the barrel figures. And those were the figures. I was 7, years old.
Those are your vintage figures.
Yeah, I went out and I was looking at those. And I was like,
yeah.
But then now I'm, older, and I'm like, hey, why is the card so garbage? I don't know. There's a lot of. I have a lot of complaints about those Episode 2 figures. At least some of them. There's one line or two in there that were pretty good, but most of them, in my opinion, not worth collecting.
Really?
I collect the Mace Windu ones, but I don't collect all of them.
Yeah, I know you're a big Mace Windu guy. I feel like I don't know. So I'm holding on to all these action figures from episode 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not on display. I got them on the card. You bought my doubles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these figures. Some of them I opened up, but most of them are sealed. And I'm like, if I can't display them, I should get rid of them.
Yeah, sell them.
Some of you, right?
Yeah, I'll buy them probably, man.
So I don't know, man. It's crazy. But hey, you know what, guys? We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. Coming. We got food coming, and this is a little bit of a drunk rant, a little bit of a wrap-up of what we saw tonight at Miller Park. Like I said, I've been to 260 baseball games, but I have never, ever seen my team, any team, even if I was at a Red Sox Yankees game. Those are not my teams. I have never seen anybody come back in the 8th inning. God, I talked about 162. Yankees versus Rays in 2011. I think the Rays came back 9 runs, but that was for postseason.
Yeah.
That was a bigger game. That was a much, much bigger game. Tonight just proved that the Brewers are competing with the Cubs.
Yeah.
Competing with the Cubs. And I think the Brewers, right now it's June 29th because we're into the next day. And I really do think the Brewers got a shot.
Yeah.
So if I sell my soul for a Rays Cubs World Series and the devil doesn't want to do a deal, I'll sell my soul for something else. But I already sold my soul when I met my wife. So, hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. We will catch you guys next time on another impromptu version of Mocktails from the Cantina Live. So long, everybody.